Welcome you back to Black Science. Tonight we're going to talk about the LGBTQ community and transgender community now be able to get minority contracts and also being transgender in sports. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and also comment on this video. You see the headline in this article: New York City now the largest U.S. city to grant LGBT business access to minority contracts. The lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender business owners are now eligible for billions of dollars in city contracts. What does that say about the black community and the civil rights fights that we have since being in this country? For 400 years, we fought to get these civil liberties. Now the LGBT community and transgender community has come in and taken over the civil rights agenda. Now, us, those who are owed reparations, have to fight with white male, white female, white bisexual, white transgender, LGBTQ community members to get contracts. We talking about people who are in the dominant society, people who also practice white supremacy will be able to get minority contracts. That means less black people, less ADOS, less FBA will be able to get contracts in New York City and across America. Do you see what they're doing to us? We have fallen into the worst traps that you could ever see. We supported an agenda that is now getting ready to crush the black community. Our politicians were never working in the interests of the black community. No, they were working in the interests of the LGBTQ community. So now that pot for minority contracts is shrinking, shrinking, and shrinking. Now, since you got everybody as a minority, the Arabs, the Indians, the Mexicans, the Hispanics, this is what happens when you have an open door civil rights agenda. And the agenda has now overwhelmed the black community. I'm telling you right now, the way things looking, man, we are done. These people are rolling over us with the help of our own politicians. None of them are working in the best interests of our community. No one has stood up and said, no, these civil rights laws were for the black community. They were not for sexual deviants. They were not for Hispanics, Indians, Arabs, Mexicans. None of them went through the trials and tribulations of black people for 400 years. But they're getting the benefits of our blood, sweat, and tears in America. This is absolutely appalling to see them make an end run around ADOS and FBA. And now I want to go to another article that I want you to see in Politico. States challenge Biden rights on transgender students. People across the nation are angry, especially in education, that now these transgender males who are now supposed to be females with a male body is supposed to compete with teenage girls. So if your daughter is a privileged athlete and she runs track, and let's take New York State, She has to get in the starting blocks for the 100-meter dash and run against a transgender male. And of course, he beats her. She's supposed to accept the results of a boy or young male actually beating her. So I want to see what happens when a college basketball player who has played in college basketball all his life, he wakes up one day and says, I'm a transgender. Now, he couldn't make it in the NBA, but he says, I want to play in the WNBA. What does the feminists in the WNBA say? What does the woke WNBA say? Do they say no? Do they break Biden's transgender students or transgender or civil rights law? See, because now women have to understand, not only are the transgender trying to become women, but they're coming after your jobs. So you have quite a number of women across the nation saying enough is enough. But this is what you get when you support this deviant activity. See, there's consequences for supporting this. They can go into your bathrooms. A man today can wake up, go to his office at work, go into his boss's office and says, I'm a transgender. I want to go to the bathroom with the women. And what does the boss say? What can he say other than yes? Now you got a man that you was looking over across the room at in the bathroom with you. See, you fell into the trap. And now you have to pay the consequences. You have the federal government behind transgender students, LGBTQ students, bisexual, any kind of sexual deviance you could think of. They support it. And if you don't follow the law, you can lose the job. You can lose all your basic rights or either be charged with a crime. America is going down the wrong path. And you see day by day, the LGBTQ community is getting more stronger. They are surpassing our community. And now that Joe Biden is also trying to give 11 million to 22 million Mexicans amnesty in America, that will further dilute ADOS and FBA in the black community. We have to understand that we can't sit around worrying about everybody else's civil rights. The only civil rights we should be concerned about is our civil rights. We are last damn near in everything when it comes to education, health, wealth. And we're sitting around here fighting for everybody when no one's fighting for us. All Joe Biden has done so far for us is say, you're going to get a $20 Harriet Tubman bill. But everybody else is getting tangibles. The jig is up, man. If we don't do something in the next 4 years, we're done. We're done. It's over in America for us. We have to change the pendulum. If we don't do it, we'll be a lost people in America. And let me tell you something. These people are so wicked, they might try and get rid of us. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button and also share this video.